We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with GETY, Getty Images Holdings Inc., continuing to fight to stay above the $5 area. And it wasn't the only stock experiencing volatility. The overall market and the SPY did as well. And our SPY bot at 7 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with GETY stock continuing to fight to stay above $5. In today's video, we're going to break down what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, the bull and bear indicators, and what the data is showing. And we're also going to take a brief look at CVNA stock. We were covering on that one as well, and we're going to break it all down in today's video. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot sent out a bear indicator at 9:50 a.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. So here we are with GETY stock continuing to fight to stay above the $5 range. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels to watch. And here it is, continuing to fight and hold itself up with bright green bars after doing a full transition from last Friday from the dip area of white with red borders to bright green bars yesterday and today. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with GETY stock under a bear indicator in the first half of the day at around the 514 area. After trying to bring itself back up, it rejected right around the highs from yesterday up here at around the 520 area, right? But the inflows are still above the midpoint here on the 30-minute, and outflows have slightly began but have not crossed the midpoint. And this is going to be crucial to not ignore, and I'm going to be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow, because to justify any further weakness of this bear indicator, these outflows would need to cross and go downwards away from the midpoint to quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. And on the 15-minute in the volatility, these outflows have not crossed over as well, right? It's red, but it's still above the midpoint and under a bull indicator here at that level where it reached the next high today near the 520s up here at around 515. So something to not ignore there is in the 15-minute chart, in the volatility, it is showing a bull indicator. Inflows are still above. And on the 30-minute, yes, there's a bear indicator, but the inflows are still above as well. And if we zoom out even further to the 1 hour, we could see here on the 1 hour chart, these inflows are green. The bull indicator is still in effect here since the 498 area. Full transition from the dip area to the rip area in today's pre-market. And inflows are above the midpoint and green, sitting at 0.24. Something to not ignore there as well, right? Now, if we look at the data, the short interest has gone up for the short interest percentage float of 160.6, and the days to cover has now gone up to 1.11. And the higher this continues to go, the less flexibility, in my opinion, that shorts would have. Now, we can see here how they're jumping around. 1 day ago, it was sitting at 0 short shares available, and today it fluctuated between 100,000 all the way up to 350,000. And when it fluctuates up and down, when there's more short shares available, as such here in the last 4 hours in the 350,000 area, that goes ahead and shows when we look at the charts that some covering may be happening, right? And that could be that burst from right here at around the $5 area to the highs up here of 523. Not guaranteed, but something that I would not ignore there within the behavior of the charts and the data. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is the support, guys, of $5. That is a crucial level of support. And if these outflows were to continue and cross the midpoint to the downside, not just here on the 30-minute, but also here on the 15-minute, as it's really close and cancels out this bull indicator with a possible bear indicator, the next support below $5 that I'll be watching is down here where the bull indicator popped up at around the 488, 487 area. And if that gets broken through, the next support will be down here at the 480 area where the white referred borders popped up, as I call it, the dip area on Friday, and things reversed. And this is a tight range to the downside, but these are the support levels I'll be watching. Now, to the upside, the first resistance level is where this double rejection happened up here in the 520s, and I would just round that up to 525. If that gets broken through, the next resistance above that is 540, and then above that is the 570 area. If these inflows can continue above the midpoint, switch from red to green here on the 30-minute, continue to reflect possible strength into these charts, cancel out the bear indicator with a bull indicator, and not just that, but also pull up those inflows on the 15-minute to the upside, away from the midpoint, switching from red to green, and canceling out any bear indicators if one pops up, if things continue downwards, but these inflows hold up and start pulling back up. If not, this bull indicator needs to continue holding strong here and continue to reflect any further strength to the upside by retesting those key resistance levels. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The inflow versus outflow is going to be crucial. And now let's break down what's going on with CVNA. So with CVNA stock Carvana Co., we have here Carvana Company with a full transition so far from the rip area to the dip area yesterday, and today from the dip area to the rip area in today's volatility, as we see here, and a cancellation of a bear indicator up here at around 25.18, and that's where things rejected at today's highs, and a bull indicator popped up at 23.63. And inflows are back above on the 30-minute, and not just that, but on the 15-minute as well. And this is going to be crucial that I'll be watching going into tomorrow. If these inflows could switch from red to green, pull away from the midpoint, and go upwards, right? To continue reflecting any further strength into these charts and this bull indicator holding in effect. That's going to be crucial and critical. I would not ignore that. And as we see here on the 30-minute, the inflows are back above. And when we zoom out here on the 1 hour, we could see that the outflows are still dominating, but a bull indicator has popped up here at around 23.48. The first one that pops up since the bear indicator from up here at $26, getting it canceled out and now dominating over the chart. And to justify any further strength to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick back up and cross the midpoint, guys. I would not ignore that, and I'll be watching that very carefully. Now, the data showing here that the short interest of the float is 64%, and the days to cover is 1.48. And when we scroll down here, we could see here the number of short shares availability fluctuating throughout the day and ending the day at 300,000. So shorts may be covering and getting in and out of positions because this days to cover is a bit higher, but it is pretty low still to give the shorts some flexibility, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but the days to cover may be allowing them to get in and out of their positions because that's the fluctuation here of the day. And the lowest was 100,000 shares available of short shares 9 hours ago, and it ended the day with 300,000 short shares and hit a high here of 500,000. So here you see it in the behavior of the stock that it was really low at the beginning of the day, right? 100,000 shares of short shares availability to 500,000 at one point and 300,000, and the stock was going up. So if there's more short shares available, shorts may be covering, right? And then when you pair it up with the stock and the charts and the inflows, it goes ahead, and the first thing I can think of is the possibility of shorts covering. Not guaranteed, but just a piece of the puzzle to put it all together. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys, at $23. Then below that is $21. If these outflows cross back down and cross the midpoint, I'll be watching that very carefully because if it does, it can quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts and retesting key support levels. Now, to the upside, if these inflows can continue, right, staying above the midpoint here on the 15-minute, switch from red to green and pull upwards, which I'm going to be watching very carefully to possibly continue this staircase effect and retest key resistance levels and hold that bull indicator true and roll that over into the 30-minute by pulling up these inflows away from the midpoint and holding this bull indicator strong here at around the 23.60 area. The first resistance is $25, and then above that is the $27 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators and the inflow versus outflow are going to be critical and crucial. I would not ignore them going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.